Hello Blended folks, welcome back to this Gnomes, and this is another session of world building or character rigging in this case. So it's a while I've already been in this melt rigging phase, and now this is even though I'm close to some final result, I think I won't finish presenting all the steps here until the end, because apparently I've got, despite the fact that we got some cool results, occasionally this is not very stable, so it's not as good as I would like to be despite all my efforts. So this is, I've also been watching some content on professional feedback, not for me but on other presentations, right, about rigging melt and in Blender or on 3D characters, and essentially seems like that many studios, or maybe not many, but some people decide to do full shape keys melt rig, for example, to get more control on the, not on the posing of course, but more control on the shapes basically, because it's just too difficult to combine shape keys and armature deform. It's even more complicated, and to do just armature deform, it's just weak, very hard to do anything with just that. Even with the universal sonic melt rig, it really depends on a lot on the character design, and mine is not very favorable. Then maybe the best thing will be just to, so I was thinking about a proposition that could be like, so just as some studio decided, because even though it would be time consuming making only shape keys rig for the melt, getting like all made on shape keys, so less control but more mesh quality overall, not preventing the, let's say, morph artifacts, because, but then I consider maybe there's a way to create shape keys that just apply some, not apply, but that just morph some basic things, and then we start making like addition on top of addition, and then I'm not sure this is a good idea, but the principle of the shape key is very simple. It's just vertices which are morphed, they move, right, and so maybe it is possible to stack those transforms in a very controlled way, but this will be an experiment or an investigation for later. So I think it might be feasible. Like, it's like mathematical. You start to think, oh, I want start a happy face without interference with the rest. We need some vertices here to move in. Yeah, so this will be super analytic, so probably bad idea. So anyways, we see that we can have good results, but even though these results, they are not just good enough for really what I truly want. So what my proposition would be, let's also show something else that I was just I was testing some crazy thing here. So you see, we can project this. I don't even know how that would work exactly, if that would be the face or not, what, but you see, we could perhaps make some morphs in a different face here, but then just because it's planar, why not then just make it directly into there? There is, you see that this thing seems to be projecting quite well. Basically this is very experimental. Just shrink wrap on the target normal project with some offset here, which of course we can change. So I'm not sure here what this would be for, but so I see that would be probably not manipulated with armature deform, but we could, that would be slightly more regular mesh, but in the end I think that will cause the same problem. So it's trouble, right? Melt rigging highly expressive mouse rate. So I don't have finally a great solution despite all that I've done. This is unfortunate. Maybe this is something that needs more developing on resources in the future. So it's not like I can't animate this the stuff. So there's a little thing that I found. I'm gonna report that. Apparently, it's, I think, the shape keys that hindered some of my goals here. Apparently, the shape key does not respect the shrink wrapped here on cage and edit. Like if I try to create this for the armature, the shape keys follows. But here the shape key doesn't shrink wrap, so it's like strange thing. So I think maybe a way to solve that would be some, I don't even know, retopology thing. Well, let's just give it a try. So for example, I have, let's say I want to add a new shape key. And then, yeah, let's get here, then on edit mode, then I have the muzzle ghost, which is behind. Right, and that distance is 0.02 meters. And I've learned this, someone told me about, pointed out this retopology. But the question is, does it has any sort of interaction with no, apparently not. So yeah, topology in respect to what, right? So yeah, no, this is for something else. It's not like a face thing. So yeah, never mind. Or maybe it is and I just don't know how to use. So anyways, so we cannot use this in combination with shrink wrap here. You see that the mesh won't, just won't respect the, well, hold on. Why? Okay, why the... Wait, now it decided to work? It's not super stable, it's a bit bizarre, but yeah, it seems to... Okay folks, so I was wrong, maybe it was not a bug, so I don't know what happened, it's just started to work now. Or maybe I was just having the illusion that it wasn't working. Ah, so this changes a lot of things. So that means that this, although yes, there is this distancing problem. So what that means, folks, is that we can probably, one way to edit this mesh with the mirror modifier here, yeah. Yeah, so maybe one way to, yeah, but there's a mirror modifier, so this can be, yeah, without bones we cannot rely on the mirror modifier here, so we have to apply it, so this is kind of complicated, right? But okay, so I was wrong. Apparently the shrink wrap, it works with the, oops, it works with the modifier works on while shaping the, I see, but there seems to be some instability sometimes. Oh, because oh yes, of course, certain vertices they don't have the, of course, this I know now. Some vertices they just don't have the wave, the vertex group for the shrink wrapping, like these ones near the mouth, the mouth hole. They don't have, so it's normal that they can intersect. However, these ones they have, so they don't. So in order to so yeah, also so this is good news. That means we could, yeah, if I were to make a full shape key thing rig, or at least for the mouth shapes, right, then we could keep adjusting this. In that condition, in that case, I would also probably expand this to some more what's happened to the cheek, I don't know. Anyways, I would probably expand this to the normal, so, or make a duplicate just for the reference, base reference. Alright, so let's go back. And so this will be the last trim that I'll be doing this mouth rig hip, the shape keys, because it's too much stuff for folks. It's just I'm starting to get overly bored on this, maybe even more. So let's see here, where is the list here, to-do list. Let's see, you can see it, I can't, I need to get in the OBS studio. So here we got, yeah, purse, white, tall, rounded, happy, sad. Okay, let's make a couple of them, maybe tall and round. So tall. So what I want to do here is to, I need to get the tall, so it's just a Z thing here. So in this case I don't need to be, yeah, no on cage, no edit here. It's just that I need to get the anatomic clip here, so I want it at 100, 1, right? And so I'm gonna reshape this. Also, we don't need the mouth, so we'll be, after I make a few more here, so we're gonna, so I ended up this this ongoing project of the mouth rig with a few conclusions that might interest just a stage driver. That might be like armature deform sucks once again. It's like garbage, and like the universal sonic mouth rig is very interesting, but it doesn't work very well for when we have sharp edges or sharp geometry, like in my case. So it is a nightmare, and then it works very well for rounded face, and maybe there would be, so I couldn't found a good solution. So this is why, even though we can have good shapes, this is just too much suffering. It's just too hardcore stuff. So I will, well, I'm not able to edit this, of course. We need to be, why I can't edit this one? Oh, this is not the right one, folks. Okay, so I hope I'm not changing anything here. So this is the one, but it's, oh, it's locked, of course. Alright, so let's start working on this one. Alright, so here I have the lips, anatomic lips, so I just need to recover this shape just a little better, right? It's not too bad, right? But it already got some interesting condition, but we can make some few adjustments here. I wouldn't say, yeah, some perfecting, not corrections exactly, because it doesn't seem to be too incorrect. It's just not very good. we're gonna just make some. This is actually the opposite, right? This I probably would need some more geometry, right, in the end, for all those mouths. So many things, right? So here, yeah, then here maybe we want this this one to be just yeah. So there will be a bit different settings here, and yeah, actually, to be fair, we could use this. This won't help here, but yeah, so it can help. Yeah, it can help prevent certain certain bad things there. So this sounds an interesting idea for shaping the shape keys, except that in some cases, like here, now I'm sort of stuck for, like, it is shrink wrapping, so maybe it's not that good idea, right? Let's go back here, let's get here. Yeah, it can create some problems, you see. Now the edit mode, it's crazy. Yeah, there you see, it popped out. Alright, so no, let's not use that thing, and here maybe we need... Yeah, this is just a too long edge loop, so just gonna get... like here, yeah, no, not that. This is maybe a little too close, so we have to... No, need to pick all this stuff. Okay, let's try this. GG, and that's reorganizing some of this mesh. This I might delete all this mouth interior because it's just too chaotic. I have never bothered in this case reshaping it. Alongside of the deforms there are also the wave painting is very, I think it's probably also awkward, so everything is awkward about that thing. It's not too complicated to remake if I need, so maybe this we're gonna approximate here, and these faces maybe I can scale them actually smooth, scale them with Alt S maybe. No, this is bizarre, so maybe just scale it's actually shrinking. I must try to shrink operator. Then here we adjust these lips here. Yeah, so this will be an advantage to make all the mouth shapes with I'm still planning to see if I can simplify this these lips, right, the geometry, but it's very hard to... I would like to have something procedural about them, but then we already know that this is complicated because depending on the mouth shape, the lips need to be very peculiar, so it doesn't auto adapt, so it's not these mechanistical things. They are just too stupid, dumbified. They just don't know what is good anatomy, right? So it's a waste of time. Like I cannot automate such kind of thing in this character design. So this is unfortunate. So this is why. So the advantage of using shape keys would be that I can already model this, morph, edit those, or the ideal shape. We already are shaping the mouth shapes along with the lips shapes, which would be even harder to model, to deform with let's say the armature deform things, right? So this is why shape keys might be the more like doing everything with shape keys can be more stable, even though we have less control of the interpolation that we want, and maybe the combinations. So there's really no perfect method, so this is super frustrating. Now welcome to the Stone Age of rigging in yeah, not only in Blender, right? I think many software, so it's just too hard to get what we want. So this is why I won't be showing this thing anymore. I'm gonna, whatever thing I do here, I will only show if I will progress to something else, right, on the body, which will be much more interesting. And also after I finish this, if I happen on my own, right, if I happen to find good results that are sufficient, then I go back and show something more about some alternatives. Okay, so what about this? Yeah, forgot that this is the chin needs to be moved first. So this is. Oh, yeah, so this is the tall, right? So you see that in some cases, in certain cases, we can have some workable combinations, but it's very easy to break the rig, right? And then we start to have some shading. Yeah, not only shade. So this happens because of the lack of the double subdivision, double shrink wrap feature. And so this is a problem of the character design too, right? Too spiky. Yeah, so even the chin rotation helps a little with the nose mesh also, but there's just a limit of how much we can get. Sometimes it would work better, so sometimes it work worse. So it's not very stable. And so there's a solution with booleans, but then we end up with the same problem with not the same problem, but a similar problem, actually a new problem, which is the lack of the lips. And then we can try to glue the lips then into the face, or bring it from, yeah, something like that, from the interior, I don't know. And then we have a problem with the glue, right, the seamless thing, and also the lips must deform well, whichever. So it's a lot of trouble. You see that we kind of have some interesting shapes, but so I'm not using boolean here, but the boolean thing, there's problem with the lips. There's the idea of extruding the lips procedurally, but then to obtain this kind of shapes procedurally would be, with geometry nose, will be like, I don't know how to do this. I have tried a little, I saw, oh no, it's too analytic, right? So this garbage. It's something that I think only very experienced and even that person probably will suffer, because we'll have to make organic shapes anatomically. So I think it is feasible, but then imagine that you'll have to make sure that the shapes will look good even on procedurally on different shapes of the mouth, and that would be another level of complications. Just as like here I have to adapt my lips, right, the lips of the character to the shape keys to the. So you see the adjustments that I've made on the tall thing seem to have made some appealing results. So I don't know, it's just working a little better now. Alright, so the tall is completed. So that was fast because it was not too much screwed up. Let's get the rounded now, which it can be interesting. This one is very important, so I don't even remember what is the round. This is not round, this is tall, the Z, the X, the wide. I think we have made the wide already. There's the rotation, right? So rotate on Y, that will be, yeah, so it's just this rotation here, arbitrary thing. So let's get the rounded thing here, let's unlock, and let's get the, yeah, anatomic is on. We are going to, so if it is not on, this is the result. And we see that this is not very good already, but we are gonna just retake it from here. So mirror modifier, just the edit mode. So a lot of work to do here. This is a rounded shit that I will do, like not too small but not too large too. So not to be confused with the tall or large, it's just some sort of in between condition. And here, yeah, I'm preferring to work it here with this, but maybe oh yeah, here I'll have to get some simplifications here, maybe to prevent some mistakes. We're gonna get here the, can we go on home here on the top? No, apparently not, so I need to scroll this up something like this, drag. Then where's this thing? Is the mouth work, select, reduce this thing, and shift H, and there we go. So now we can just work on that. Maybe less than that would be safer, so we're gonna get this. Let's just add up to this, and that should be it. Yeah, this is good enough. Alright, so save here. Let's hide these bones here, making sure actually this is on maximum. Rotate Y, yes, and the shape key, yes, and it is unlocked. We can go on edit or sculpt mode. Let's see sculpt mode first. Let's see what we can do here. And also forgot, let's hide the, just to remember, get some improvements in here in the skills of sculpting. So you see the lips don't seem to have good shapes. I mean the anatomic, besides they are horribly a lot of distortion, right? And this is supposed to be a round shape, so where's the round shape? There's nothing here. Probably some smoothing, S string of smooth. No, this can help. Okay, so I'm messing up a little of the lips, but this rounded thing, maybe smoothing this is a good idea actually. Then grab, I think we're gonna just work on that. And can I, yeah, the problem is that I'm completely destroying the anatomic lip. So basically what I'm doing here, because ideally I should restart here, but what I'm doing is just that I have to rebuild the anatomic lip sort of from vision here. And here I think no matter how good this is, I'm not good enough with this tool, so I'm afraid I have, I think this might be good enough for the sculpt mode. Yeah, it helped shape the basic thing, but I think I should go to the, I should be going to the edit mode. So So this is not a shape for lip sync exactly. It's more to a combinable thing. Yeah, this smoothing there is not good. So okay, so let's go on edit mode, and then we use proportional editing, and then we can do something else. So here, yeah, this is completely messed up. So basically this is GG, no, so this will gonna, oh, I see. So okay, so let's bring this like, let's use the mouse, maybe it's better. Yeah, so here we're gonna pull this like this. GG. Let's smooth this out from here. Here, even though I'm not seeing too much what's going on. Let's pull this forward a little here. Maybe GG this inwards. Yeah, something like that. Then maybe some rotation here. Pull this to the forward, right, to the front. Then here gets a lot of distortion, so this part, yeah, the proportional GG, the proportional editing here is not helping. Okay, so here we're gonna try to smooth this out. Let's get, so yeah, this GG here. So the upper lip, we see what it is doing. So this here, we got these ones to get like here. So this rounded shape can be some sort of stylized thing, right? It doesn't need to be too anatomical, just because by being rounded it can maybe suppress some of the, it can have the luxury of suppressing a bit of the anatomic shape, right? And here probably we would like to, so like this one is still the continuation of the lips here, this frontal part. So I need to be attention. And the blue is like the blue is the ceiling, the right, really the. I have a difficulty here in shaping this. I should have made some sort of object, like alignment of the. I have an idea. Yes, because there's an angle here. If I don't see that angular thing, it's just too hard to visualize while I'm doing so. The object there in the arcade has got some, its origin is there. Oh, is that the angle? This angle seems exaggerated. Yeah, the problem is this origin is just too... This is not the angle. I might have accidentally rotated that thing. Yeah. Let's check. Well, yeah, it is. If that was the case, yeah, so maybe that's correct. Okay, let's go back. I have some problem with the scales of all that. Yeah, so we're gonna retake those things. Do they have some? No, very simple stuff. So I'll need to retake them in some way later on, but this is not the... Oh, I can use maybe this bone. Yes, this bone maybe... No, it's not a good idea. So maybe these ones, just to have some approximation. Yeah, so these bones can sort of help. So I'm not gonna... There are not meant to pose here, just... And I don't need to be looking at the mouth. Oh yeah, just like that. So let's continue here. Yeah, so have an idea of the inclination here. Could be any object, right? It doesn't... It's not exactly the inclination that I need, but I don't know exactly what will be right now. But it's already a reference, right? Something in between that, more or less. One or the other, doesn't matter about that. That's already helped a lot in knowing how I need to shape the lips according to this this angle. So like where would be the wall, the ceiling, right? It will be probably oriented according to this. Yeah, like if I were looking from here. Yeah, so we have to make... So let's use some proportional editing here, and probably move this to the front here. Yeah, so apparently I made a mistake there. We need to... This wall is incorrect, right? We need to push this to the side, right? Because this is the wall and it shouldn't be very thick. The side lips are always complicated. The lip corners, right? GG. Maybe we can just smooth this a little. And this one as well. This smoothing. Okay, is this sufficient? It's not so O-shaped, right? So I need to do a lot more, a few more work here. Maybe we can do a trick. Let's try. Not sure what I want to do here, but like if I can use the 3D cursor to scale. Yeah, like this is what I... Good idea. Yeah, this is good, right? And then we can of course smooth and maybe expand everything and smooth a little more. And now, yeah, now so precision specialty of the edit mode, right? Modeling in Blender, but I guess in other softwares, 3D software. So here we can just get this face loops a little more organized or smoothed. GG or not? Yeah, GG. Inward. So here, these corners, we can approximate them a little more. Same here, but then these ones start to... Here we can bring this a little more here. It doesn't need to be totally rounded. You can have some sort of subtle anatomization, but in principle the idea of it to be very rounded is for the better utility, right? It's an utilitarian. It seems a bit too... Let's expand it to the side just, and it doesn't sound too rounded in this corner here, so we're gonna just bring here. Oh, you see the pivot point there, so this is interesting. Maybe here pull this. Yeah, so this is a good pivot point to have for this, and here maybe I just need to do something like that, and then again let's G. Alright, so this seems to be sufficient for this GG here. Approximate this. Here this seems very bad, and it creates this shading madness. And so here we can just perhaps, yeah. Alright, this sounds to be good. So now we're gonna... It looks very good actually. And do I have the subdivision? Yeah, I have the subdivision. So without the subdivision, it's not as good. And so this is the... Yeah, so we can, for example, do the O shape. Then this doesn't exist as a delta, nor the purse, so this is normal that it should, ideally I think it should exist, but the idea here is that if we can purse, we purse to, not to the extent, but, and yeah, so the idea here is to make some combinations, partial combinations, right? And probably it will be better, of course, with subdivision, but if it lags too much, it's not good, right? So, and because this is a rotation, we can also make happy and sad, and this is just with shape keys or not. Do I have a... I don't remember if I have posed any bones, so you can bring more expression with the bones, right? And so this is the chin, and this is the mouth. Yeah, so I have lots of yeah, this is jiggling in strange ways, so I need to... This is something about the projection, the shrink wrap of the bones themselves. I thought I found a way to, but I'm still investigating, like project from... For example, it's something about, for example, this bone here. It's usually, it occurs to on the top. So I have this warping here, and here sometimes it's difficult to move. So I was looking at this thing, and I found out that there seemed to be, this I've learned with another friend that was, or no, someone that recommended this idea for another rig, not for the bond constraint, but as the modifier. So instead of having something like here, maybe this one helps, but we have a project thing, and this bond here, the project thing, is the y, positive y maybe, and I don't know then why it needs this aligned to normal, but I think it's just stacking with the same. No, actually this will be aligned to negative. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be hold on, let's check the. This will be simpler, so if I get aligned to no, it's of course is the. No, this is correct, this is the right one. But it got a little crazy. Aligned to normal, so this is not the good one. Nearest, this one is smoother, but it's still jumpy, and this yeah, so all of them three, nearest surface point, nearest vertex, and target norm project, are jumpy. I don't know which are the better, maybe it depends. Well, for some reason this one isn't. So now this is interesting. It's much smoother, but it can create sometimes some artifacts that I'm not totally aware. So this aligned to normal, I think, is just for and for some reason I'm able to pull it inside, so front maybe, I don't know what, project opposite. What is this? So I don't know how to use projecting both specified and opposite direction. Oh, okay. So you see there's some smoothness, but it has a tendency to work badly in some other case. So I don't know, project axis. Yeah, so this will be bad, of course. The Z, so I keyframe that, no. Okay, so I believe this is the positive Y for this bond, because the axis is there. But you see, this wouldn't happen with the other. No, this is distance. What is this? Limit the distance for project. So usually it was 0.02. I don't know if that. No, this is something else. So I sort of lose the yeah, so I don't really know how to use all that, but it seems that it can play an important role. If only I could. Yeah, so the thing that seems to lock it is the let's try again. Okay, and then I have to fix this for every bone, right? So of there are not too many, right? There's the lips and the control mountain, and that's about it. Yeah, so it snaps and then it goes inside accidentally. Yeah, see the snapping there. Let's try something simpler. outside surface. Yeah, so it's still free to move, which is strange. It shouldn't, so align to, and then positive, yeah, so it doesn't. Oh, okay, let's zero this out, reset. It was rolling in some very strange ways, yeah. So I never know what it is. Let's simplify this. Let's not use this one. Okay, positive. Oh, I see. It seems to be moving inside. So, no. Aha. Just found it. Okay, so this project axis now, it projects from the outside. So this is an outside, even though, yeah, it's outside surface. And I can turn this on so I can, oops, now I can apparently do the outside, fake the outside thing with that, which I sort of want, but this is not good deformed, right? Okay, if I turn this, then I have the outside, and here I don't have the outside. Okay, so it's stiff now, and you see it seems to be, no, it is jumpier there. No, so it works, but I have some deforms to improve apparently. There's the other bones here, so just select this collection. Alright, so you see this one is jumpy. There, you see how it jumps on the faces. This is a little smoother, quite smoother, and this is jumpy. So of course this is not just about the subdivisions I found out of the ghost muzzle behind. This is also about the shrink wrap bone constraint. So this is why I've just found this today while playing that property, and if I find the correct setup here, so would I want it to, then that will be a large improvement to the control rig, and by improving the control rig we also improve the deform rig in some way. Indirectly we get better deform. So here jumpy, it's very bad, right? So this is very peculiar to this happen to the when the muzzle start to, right? So I would like to have, what is the front? Okay, so this doesn't seem to, so there's this project opposite, which I think when enabled things start to go a bit crazy. Isn't that the case? No, not in this case. Maybe it requires some, maybe it's what use this distance thing, and this is a positive thing. Front, back, all this invert call. Yeah, so all this seems to be a bit too crazy, and I just cannot understand what this is about. Yeah, so maybe front would be the correct thing. If I can pull it, okay, then this distance, I don't know what it is about. Alright, so now let's ignore this distance, and this is respecting the distance from the the ghost muzzle, the guzzle most. So muzzle ghost mesh object behind. Alright, so this project opposite, no, we don't need that, I think. But there's slight artifacts there. It's not working suddenly. Oh, I have this. Okay, no, it's still not. Ah, it is okay. Front, all right. No, but it's not respecting very well. Yeah, it's going on both sides. So, and back, it stays in the. It looks like I'll have to maybe expand this. I'm not sure. No. Front. So maybe I need this project. Yeah, so apparently project opposite is the way to go. Unless maybe it's a. Well, let's try this one. Oh, this also works. Okay, so if I have the negative y, that means that. No. I can still pull it inside, or it is just an illusion. Yeah, okay, it is locked. Alright, so we can do this. So negative y, it stays in front, and I can still pull it. It's going to the side, it's not going inside. And so outside, I can pull it outside. Okay, so this is my setup. So that works. So it's just like the negative. So this works just like, what is this, off? So I think this is, oh, okay, back is bad. Front is okay, and off is, so free call, stop verts from projecting to a face on the target when facing towards away. Front, stop verts from projecting to a face when facing. It seems to be the same thing, but anyways, this, yeah, and that deform is just some wave paint that incorrectness. So and then this would be just the normal, so maybe this will facilitate the posing. I think this is accurate. I think this should be, if it doesn't, yeah, this seems good. And then I just need to fix this 0.02. Yes, so this seems to be a major improvement. I need to make a highlight here, although it would not be super clear because it takes time to understand. It's like the big bone constraint here. So folks, there is a different way to use the shrink wrap bone constraint. Someone told me about a different use of the shrink wrap on the project mode. So for up to now, to today, I was using the shrink wrap bond constraints with the nearest surface point, but maybe even target normal project would be better, but a nearest vertex, I don't know. So those three are similar, pretty similar, and they are okay for the bones to shrink wrap to the like this ghost muzzle surface behind, right? It's a wire mesh here, but it's not good, so good, I found out, because you see there's this warping thing, which is not good for 3D animation, right? It's horrible actually. And so this happens when the bone is really shrink wrapped totally to the face, because if we pull it, it'll just be to the front, because this have outside, so it's not outside surface or on surface above surface, it's just outside, so we can still pull that. So this is no warping artifact for the bone, but if it is onto the surface directly, then it does warp, and this is not very nice, right? This can be improved by sometimes by just augmenting the subdivision, right? The least subdivisions, the worst, but you know, this is garbage, subdivision surface modifier, that just for great computers. So it can improve, but sometimes not even that it's sufficient. So I found out that the culprit can be actually the shrink wrap bone constraint mode, Not that it will solve everything. So this bond, for example, I've made a different setup. So I've used the project, and this is what I was told, and I never used this because I just never understood it, but apparently this setup sort of works. So basically, and so this bone doesn't suffer as much of the warping. Maybe it still suffers a little, but it's much more smoother. And so yeah, we can just compare and see, right? But it takes a while to fix that. I'm gonna show you how to fix that. So I'm gonna keep the outside, but we can emulate the outside from the project in other ways. So first of all, yeah, I want to keep the same distance. This is the distance from the shrink wrap target, the ghost muzzle wire mesh object there. So keep that distance. So there's another distance. So this is something related to this project opposite, I think. So first thing is that we need to use the negative y, because the bone starts here, they are facing there, so it's just like the normal thing, right? So it's just like its original setup. If we had this thing aligned to, now this will invert, so aligned to normal, it will be like that, but it's still warped. So this is the, but so we need to mimic this thing from the other mode there, and this would be the project. Yeah, so I need the negative y. So now it is not aligned, right? So the alignment is interesting, we can place it at the end, but it's the same thing, negative y, negative y. So this is not like other rotation bone constraints that you cannot match those things. This is just an alignment. I think this will be better for the deform. So this is the top central bone for the top lip, and this is this one, and this is the side one. So if you go mirror, there we go, it is there. But anyways, this one has another bone constraint, maybe, yeah, it is using the old setup, right? So here, then it's very easy to mess up this setup, right? So with the outside I can still pull it like that. Let's take off the mirror thing. So here front, it relates to, I think, the possibility of the bone to get inside the, no, this, yeah, currently this works, so we don't need the front and back. I think really this is when we are using the, you see, I cannot pull it inside, but I can pull it, oh, I can, oh, now I can. Okay, so it is working. So I want this, sometimes it's resisting, so I'm not sure if this is, let's try again. So maybe this front helps a little. I'm not convinced. No, it is something about the, okay, and it took me a while to figure out so what was happening. So basically project opposite, then I think it will go, not go inside. Actually this has, then we have back, then yes, it go inside, so it, and outside, so I don't want that. If we get front, now it can go front but not inside, and if we got off, it seems that it is doing similar as front. And just remember that because I have the outside, not outside surface, well, you see that even the outside first surface, I'm still able to do this trick, like the Simpsons leap. So this is because probably this project opposite thing. No? Okay, so maybe it's because of the project axis here. So maybe this is useless, but this will be my, I think this is the, and here this distance I don't really disables. Yeah, so 0 disable. So yeah, so it's a bit tricky. Sometimes it gets snapped and it doesn't want to move forward. I just need to move from the normal axis. Let's try. local. No, no. So it behaves strangely. So I don't know. So this is not completely. Oh yes, you see. So it sort of derotates. Yeah. So this is bad. So maybe this is smoother, right? Because unfortunately, right? Because apparently it as soon as it unsnaps from the surface, then it loses the alignment, and I don't think there's anything here that can prevent this behavior. Let's try the outside surface. Now it doesn't recognize it. It's really so yeah, so maybe there's another combination that can work, but it's okay if it is not aligned with normal. It also helps, I think, it seems to help the Simpson protrusion of the lips. Retraction of the lips, I don't think this is too good expression, so maybe that I have never seen, I don't remember anything that does that, so I don't care. And if we want to have more of that, maybe we can reduce the size of this thing, maybe. Yeah, so what I can do now to solve this is just to reproduce this pattern to all of the shrink wrapping bones of this yeah, just Shift G collection, right? They are in the same bone collection here, so just a good operator here. Select grouped, in case you don't know, selected, grouped, and collection, Shift G collection, and then just this collection here, right? Because the bones are in this clean collection here, twig lips. And so instead of colored, if other bones share the same color and they are visible, it will select them, so it's not super nice, right? So this is why, like for example here, color, no, so you see those bone was selected, so here collection is the best one. Very cool feature here now for bone selections and rigging and maybe animation as well, 3D animation. Then let's get this same thing here. How I'm gonna do the hardcore way, so let's just get the target is the same, so it's just this is the same, so I'm holding Alt, so here Alt project for everything. That I'm gonna click this for just to make sure this local space to make sure everything's 0, hold Alt, turn off on off, then just in case, right? This is just a radio button, it doesn't allow multiple selection of, oops, did it wrong, so with hold Alt, then this, then here outside, just to make sure, turn off this, and just to everything to be equal, and here I don't know, just 100% influence, and there that should have made the thing for all of them. Let's check this one. Yes, so this is this should have improved the snapping of all these bones, maybe. And yeah, so this one, okay, and this will make life a little easier for this system. There seems to be some maybe this is just wave painting, folks, but maybe, yeah. So in principle, my test suggests this could work, but let's hide this. These bones are still shrink wrapped with some other setup, so I think, but their axes are different, so I'll have to revise that. like it's just these bones here. I try to reset. So this one is the y-axis, right? The positive one in this one, in this case, and the others, I believe it is the, yeah, it's all the stacking z-axis there. So I think I've made this setup like that. So they're all stacking their z-axis. Yeah. So basically, let's fix for them. Then we see the results of this. Can all have the same. So now I know sort of by heart this thing. So project, and here we got local space, then what is this, negative z, so it's the opposite direction here, then 0, then 0.02 here, then here we don't want that, nor this, then align, this needs to be aligned, yes, to the negative z, so there's already using that. So, and these are actually using outside surface. So I think that should do. And now if I try to pose them, let's see the yeah, so much less warping, I think, but there's something weird about no, I think that is just the wave painting again. So yeah, this seems to be, yeah, this is much better. So I don't know why it is like that, but this project is much subtle. It's more I think because it tends to represent the snapping surface as some sort of face projection that is like, oh, but you see the big warp there. What is happening actually? Oh yeah, you see the bone, it starts to go there, right? So this is kind of crazy. So anyways, it's too far. Maybe it's not meant to be that far. Anyways, yeah, so this is were all the bones that had the shrink wrap features here for the mouth. So that is the highlight, folks. Maybe this will help in menu rigging. Actually, I can reuse this for setup for the eyes rig and integrated eyes rig. We also have for the control rig this shrink wrap bone constraint. So I just learned that this alternative here that will improve the shrink wrap feature. Alright folks, so let's go back here to more improvements on the... Oh, this one is still suffering from maybe this one. This won't solve these warps, right? These problems, but it can... Probably it can improve some of the features. Yeah, so you see sometimes this warps crazily, so... And I probably am having some... Yeah, I need to invest. These are here for a while, so they didn't exist. Something I've made. There's quite a lot, but it's something about the mechanism arcade. Mechanism arcade top. It's all about mechanism arcade top. So depends on there's some bone constraint. Yeah, oh yeah, okay. So this is the arcade stuff. So it's a... I'll check that later in a moment. I've made some bone constraints that I need to prevent this madness. Okay, so here let's just adapt this one. So it's negative, so just changing here to project. So positive, and then local space, then... Oh, this one doesn't seem to be correct. Okay, so this one seems to go a bit crazy with the... Oh, it's of course positive y, what I'm doing. Alright, so it's not totally clear that, okay, it's because it needs this. Not this, not this, not this. But yes, it doesn't change too much, so maybe, yeah, maybe it's a little better for there, but there's still the other bone starts suffering from, if it doesn't itself, the other bones also start suffering. And the arcades are moving on their own because of some bone constraints probably that are related to, wait, why these bones? Yeah, they are. Okay, so I'm just going to get the arcade. Let's make, yeah, because I have a lot of automation here that I still want to revise these arcades to make them better. So here we're gonna just turn all this off for a while. I want not the perfect automation, but I've been struggling with finding, yeah, what could work for these bones, for the arcades automation. This is of course a very hard problem in, so the jaw moves, okay, so this is right, and you have the jaws, yeah, so we have this, move the bottom jaw, this moves the upper jaw, yeah, so we have smoother motion. We can also benefit if we see the arcades at this point. And I should retake some mesh there for a while that it was not being retaken. Yeah, so okay, so what I'm having here is the side is not automating the arcades, but the top and bottom they are. So this is because I've disabled the constraints, right? We have some tilting here, which I don't know what is causing this. Maybe it's some inconsistency in the this bone is tilting, right? On that pose at least, but I don't know what caused it. It seems to be alright. So okay, here we have some tilting here. Let's check here. There's a good example to investigate. If we just get this ghost muzzle and maybe augment here. Now you see it doesn't really solve too much things, so it just lags everything a little more. But if I reduce, this might be even worse. Well, not that worse, but yeah, this is not good, right? So there is a threshold there. That this is a problem, but oops. So maybe it's the way it is projecting from view. Now it's really a threshold on the ghost muzzle there, but you see we can make quite exaggerate. Yeah, so this bone is dangerous if it moves up because it's carrying all the others, so they are all dependent, right? And I'm gonna save and reopen Blender because we can probably, I want to spot the okay, so the arcade top thing is there, so apparently I need to delete the bone constraint to be able to, so it's one bone constraint, just one bone constraint that I've added, probably this dumped track on both bones. So this is kind of I was just doing something fast here, and so this shrink wrap to, yeah, so this is just a tactical thing. So the idea, all right, so I can try to cheat this. in a crude way. No, that won't work, because I would need to make a double wave paint of this structure. Another thing I can do here, actually, why do I make this symmetric? Yeah, why I'm making double work, right, folks? We can make this different, might be a bit awkward, but then we can just control the tweaks here anyways. Less bones to handle, just one wave painting. Yeah, this will be, maybe it will be a smart solution in this case. Yeah, so I'll go as I do for the, so from left to right. It's just a matter, yeah, there will be a problem actually for inversion. They won't be reproducible, so it's not super smart actually. It would cause some, so this at least we can easily symmetrize them in principle, everything, or sometimes not everything. So the thing here for these arcades is that I need to, okay, first distance inside. Okay, this will lock it inside. Maybe I can augment that distance, right? Okay, so first of all, let's select the bones in by color here. Turn on the shrink wrap. So this shrink wrap, we can leave this one, it's simpler. I don't want a line to normal, although yeah, this could cause some strange behaviors, maybe. Maybe no, same problem here, so just this. Then okay, so these bones, oh, okay, so didn't, I know what happened. Extend, there we go. I'll turn on all this, so now you see I cannot pull this, but the bendy bone is still susceptible. So this is why maybe at some setup, instead of relying on the, it's hard to tell what is better, so I've been trying to find out what is better. It's just very, very complicated. It's more complicated than it thinks. Or maybe, or should I just, so someone recommended me, a friend here recommended me to shape keys, right, to make this expansion, but it will be linear shape key, so we cannot control the arcades very well. So the cool thing is that these bones, they can follow the position of the other bone, so it's not super accurate, but it can have some more interesting automation. If I had to do it with the shape key, I think that would be much more complicated to achieve the proper result. So here, what I can do with these bone constraints here is to, okay, see, they are not being affected, but I can probably augment slightly this distance just to prevent some critical interaction. So yeah, like, we can leave at this. So I think all them have this now. Yes. So this will prevent some intersection or some artifacts. Maybe this one could be, they are too close, the same rate, so you can manually fix this. So these ones, maybe we can, I don't like this, but oh, they didn't get the, alright, so that's why and these ones they got no. Okay, so it's all wrong here. Let's do this again. So 0.02 alt. Okay, nothing is being affected, but now if I try to pull this, okay, it respects a distance. So this is what I want. If I'm not satisfied, I can just, yeah, I can totally just change the mesh, right? So let's use this as a wire. Let's hide the, there's too much wired stuff here. Let's get one of these top arcades things and try to smooth this out. So here, this gum idea, maybe this sharp edge is a terrible idea in the end, right? So well, it doesn't have a subdivision surface modifier, but it has, but it's the boolean is something else. Yeah, this is an edge crease of 1, right? And this is an edge crease of 0. 3, yeah, as I do by default. So yeah, this might be better. So okay, so I can leave this subdivision there, but maybe this, yeah, I'm not sure here. If this works, that's fine. Then do the same here, and hide this for a moment. So we're gonna strange position here for this vertex, and for, well, no, just like that. Okay, so then get this shift 0.3 you have. Yeah, I have a lot of forgotten vertices there, so okay, so Shift E -1, Shift E 0.3, and then L Shift E 0.7. So it will just add the, and see that I have messed up mesh here. Let's solve this bottom arcades here. Alright, so this might improve. I should have done this a long time before. Right? So now if I get some bones here on the mouth or the jaws thing, yeah, so you see the boolean taking place. So maybe this boolean I don't need. Of course, you don't need the arcades to go there in principle. And this is just too far, right? So you see then the boolean taking place. No, I don't see. Yeah, so this boolean is like a lazy solution. But okay, so I'm gonna bring this, let's reset the pose, and let's get this here let's get this, let's move it. I use the normal local here because we can. Maybe I require more rotation. And here of course this is not so simple for the character design. It's actually requires some checking on the frontal. No, not this, the other bone here. So as this moves up and this moves down, so you need okay, they are clipping into themselves, right? And there's the boolean. Yeah, the booleans are messing up, so maybe I don't need this boolean anymore for this rig. Yeah, now this is closer, seems better, and the other one, no, this is the, yeah, it can clip, so this is bad, right? And can clip a lot. There. So this is why I use the boolean. So this is yeah, so you can just play with this. It's not like, oh, it will necessarily destroy. You have a lot of controls here, right? So I think this is, well, this is okay. It's okay, right? So it's just that if I get clipping by doing this, yeah, I do have a little here. So it's like I probably would have to do something again with the arc. So it's like this is more back and forth thing, and maybe this yeah. So I'm just going to change here a little how I've made some angles here. So maybe this, by just making some changes here, we can maybe solve this. Yeah, like maybe why this needs to be, we can just, it's good that this thing is bigger in the front especially, but it doesn't need to be protruded, right? So you can prevent some intersections by just making this slightly more smarter, right? And these are gums, yeah, they are not the mouth interior, so it's not necessarily the same material. So this will be for another stage if I need the mouth interior thing. So this for now might be reliable. Let's try now. Oops. Maybe I've exaggerated a little the retraction of no, we won't see, right? So unless, what is this? Why does this doing this strange behavior? I think it's something about the lips. Yeah, so you see, maybe this is a bit too exaggerated if you had to look at that. I can improve this a little, and let's see the other one first. No, okay, here we just have the teeth that are just too small, with the tallness of them. This, yeah, these other ones can also be a little taller, yes. Yeah, so they are just too shrinked, and so let's reassess those things. So again, wire, no, wire for this. Then we get this, we can lock. Yeah, I can hide this for now. So here we got, no, I changed this to where, no, textured. So let's just make some small adjustments here. So this one, we just do something like here. Then maybe you want GG, and even here maybe we'll sharper this part, more angular here. Then for this same here, maybe we want to smooth. Okay, let's smooth this just in case, although that didn't seem to be causing trouble. Right, so here we bring it there. I'll bring it down a little more so I can get all this thing, and GG like here, and GY maybe. Yeah, it can be like that. I also see that this does not seem to be very nice in alignment, so we just need this. Why it is facing this way? Very so radically. Well, that's fine. That's okay. And so what I need here, perhaps, what I'm spotting is that they are not matching correctly. The occlusion here is probably, that would hurt a lot, right? So maybe we just pick everything here, GY, GZ, then let's pick this and this, yeah, so GY, so it's like in a frontal view we can already see that this is what will appear as hard, but yeah, so something like that. Then GY, yeah, so top lip, maybe just here, you see this middle here, can be subtle thing. And then if I risk going a bit closer, alright, let's try this. Then here maybe GG a little, and so here this is still too small, right? So GG, too short, they can be taller, and this we can just try to align these vertices here. Same here, we can try to make some alignment here. I could do this very sharp with just the, not sharp but very precise with some operation, but I don't need that. It's using the subdivision surface, so it's, and here maybe we don't need, here we can just get this and do something like, yeah, I just get rounded like that. This is normal for this yeah, it's a little bizarre how it ends up to be, but the reason this to be like this is just to prevent some intersection, so it's doing its job. And here probably we can maybe get this. Okay, and for some reason here the maybe try this. No, this ramp is too much maybe, so GG and GG. No, so it keeps happening for some reason that it's not clear to me. Maybe it just needs to be taller here. No. Yeah, sort of seems to help a little. Like it's curving the other direction. It's as if it had another setup, right? It's probably relational. But visually I can't find anything. Oh, the subdivision type. Hold on. 1. Optimal display. No. Limit. They are exactly the same. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so wait, there's a message here. Sharp edges or custom design. No, this is. And anyways, we can reduce this a little. It seems just a little too much, right? Too big in relation to the top one. Okay, this is a little better. Alright, so I still can't figure out what's going on, but let's see now. Despite some intersections there. GY, let's see, somewhere about here, still happening. Okay, so you can intersect just a little. And for this one, for the bottom lip, maybe it needs to be just touching like here, yeah. So the bottom lip, maybe it ends about here, and yeah, so okay, let's accept this. And now let's go back to everything is disabled. Hide armature. Let's see what we've got. And yes, now beautiful arcades. This is this. Oh yeah, there's disabled. So we need to get some rehabilitation of these bone constraints. The automation for the side. We see that we have some. No, this is moving forward, it shouldn't. I shouldn't have this kind of control, but it's sort of not too bad, right? But this is the problem, is that this affects the arcades too. So and if I have, maybe it's because they are moving like that they can, the lips can already do this on their own, but this controls the lips. So I would need to revise the project so I could prevent. Yeah, so this is why. So this, I don't want them to be doing this, because then if I move them, they can easily protrude and cause some these artifacts. So maybe I have to revise something. I think it's feasible. Oh yeah, maybe I just have to, let's see. Check here the, sorry, I check here the bone constraint shrink wrap. So outside surface, yeah, so outside surface it's not working. Front, no, not working. Back, not working, although it moved, right? So this is probably where, if I want to have this working here on surface, nothing works. Maybe inside is the only way. No, not that too. So outside surface, project opposite. Aha, I think I got it. So project opposite. So the base of the bone is here, right? And it seems to be well locked. So I don't know, off, front, back. No, so off, right? So, and that's it. Then I don't know what is this. Yeah, sort of. I have no idea why this is for. This works as an outside, so just working as it was, and now this is alright, good. So there we go for these bones, and that deserves another highlight rate. So or not. Nah, it's just a detail. I'll do that later when I have the proper setup, because for now it's just, I just have too many highlights. No, let's do it. It's just in case I forget. Let's not lose the opportunity. So here, folks, I found another thing. Let's say I want the outside surface, so this bone is able to move outside. Actually, yeah, not able to move outside like this, although it's locked in. I cannot pull it inside the target, which is somewhere behind this mesh here of the face of the muzzle, lower face. So this is the outside surface, which should be working for these bones, but actually it is not. As you can see, I can do the Simpson lips here, and it's not. I don't want for these control bones, because I already have the lips bone, which can have this outside, right? But then I found how to solve this. Basically, if I'm using the project mode, right, on the shrink wrap bone constraint, because this is very complicated, right? There are a lot of features here too, and so hard to figure out. So basically, to get the outside surface, get then the project opposite and off, face call off. So now I cannot now this is working as apparently as yeah, some warping there, but there's another problem. So the base of the bone is here, and it is the bone is here, right? But so I cannot pull it outside, although the lips bones, they are still able to do that, right, if I want. So this is a personal choice, right? So I can prevent certain things, so let's just have to reapply this. So when I move to the side here, because this bone is controlled by another one, so it's very easy for it to mess up, right? So this is why I'm doing this choice here. So let's see, just for these bones here, let's just get these ones by color. Let's make extend, right? So we can, and not this one. So just for these bones, no, I think this one also not, and also not these ones. These ones don't have shrink wrap. It doesn't matter anyway. So well, they are being dragged, not by the selection. So here I just need to pick one of these bones. Let's get this with hold Alt, screencast keys. So with hold Alt, we turn this on off until, okay, on, right? I want these. All the rest, they are all equal, so I don't mess up. So I just make sure it's all on off and don't have this option, and that's just like this. Now I can probably, yeah, now this bone is probably, none of these bones can, yeah, it's just like the outside surface. And there's some little mistake there that maybe it's happening because of this, I'm not sure, or can be the displacement of the plausible the lip bone. So this is another problem, but at least you see that we can, how we can make the outside surface in that mode, right? Right, folks. Alright, so now, yeah, re-enable the bone constraint, so I'm gonna get there in a moment. So here, need the arcades bones, armature. I don't need these ones, but we want to be looking at them, but we don't want them to be selectable. This is a shortcut that will disable this. The problem is that I cannot then reselect them, I think. Yeah, I think it doesn't exist that way. It's not like a bone, right? So here let's get these automations. So probably the problem here was that this dumped track madness, right? So I've made double dumped track, and probably that. So let's re-enable these ones first. These ones are safe. This one is something that I decided perhaps not to have for the shape key. It could be a bit complicated to have double transforms from different source, but so maybe what I did was, let's also check again. So arcade 2 depends on dumped track. Oh yes, of course, one is dumped track to the other, that's why. So we can't have this, so I need to make a choice, right? Which one will have the dumped track? So it will be this one following this, or Like the idea is that if it gets here, it would, yeah, you see that the curvature is not good. So this is pretty annoying, and maybe this dump at track is a terrible idea, because it will just affect, yeah, it's not sufficient to get the bone. So this is why I've made one to both sides. So this is very junky bone constraint that is super non-versatile and it's good, but it is bad. It's like of those shortcuts that you can't do nothing. It's messed up nearly all rigs in my experience. Sometimes it is valuable, but it causes a lot of problem, like right here, right in this case. So I don't think it will be good. So what I did the other time to solve this was just to, let's say, let's go back to the melt. So I have this bone here that can now pull this in some strange way. Hold on, I cannot grab this window with G key. For some reason this bone is projecting wrong. I thought I had fixed that. Okay, so apparently there's a mistake here on this shrink wrap feature. Yeah, this is going crazy as I leave the, yeah, so the project, I didn't know. Okay, so there's a problem here with this bone, but okay, it worked that this distance, so that's not so bad. Yeah, of course I should be careful about the extent it goes, right? Maybe I should put it at him. So I really don't know why this is happening. Let's compare. Okay, so I don't know, maybe it's something about the ghost muzzle. I'm not totally sure why this is happening. Anyways, okay, so this doesn't change the arcade, this does. So you see, as we pull this there, the arcade goes to the side, and then probably I need to, yeah, de-rotate this. So it will be just like that. So I think I had this set up already. This is the case of a transformation bone constraint. Really? Or a driver which I don't like. A driver on the bendy bone. So this solution with here, maybe also here. Yeah, we could do a double decurvature. Maybe that will be, yeah, the best approach. So like a transformation, but even that automation wouldn't be enough totally, because I would still want to have the arcade moving maybe down. You see, it's hard to get like the auto exactly what we want, but this mostly works like 80% at least. It's just that I don't want to be tweaking this manually, but sometimes it might be necessary. Not this one. Alright, so yeah. So I've made this with action bone constraint, and I forgot to make an in-between keyframe, which will help a lot, right? Another setup, I had a bone here in the middle, and this was not a bendy bone, so but there still would have a stretch to bone constraint. Let's reset this first. I can symmetrize those bones anyways. So here I'm going to I cannot symmetrize this one. It has a, or I already symmetrized. Yeah, never mind. So I can remake this this couple locations for them now. I'm not gonna delete it. So for now, so let's get, if I could find a way to move this down as this progresses. I could get something, a variation here, but this is worse, right? It does the opposite, so not lucky, not good to rely on random stuff here, right? So need to be precise. So this will be the analytic way. Okay, this sort of works, but I don't want to have to pull down this in order to, but maybe that is the easiest solution after all, right? So if we, alright, so let's try to get this thing into shape. So copy rotation, that will not work, because what is copying rotation off, right? This bone is having a rotation, so maybe I can use it instead of using a copy, how do you say, a transformation bone constraint like a driver. No, we can use something like that. So local space, local space. I just want one axis here for this bone. It's rotating on the x-axis. Yeah, this one, not invert. So apparently, oh no, but the copy rotation will be a constant, right? So it's like, unless I drive the property, right? So it's like it's already start the shaping. It's not good. Yeah, so it's not very, it's not gradational. So it's just not, well, the bone, actually it is, because the bone here starts to rotate, I think. Or is it fake? It seems to respond. Copy local space, now local space. No, before original. Okay, so this is a small derotation, but it helps. Maybe I can duplicate that. This is dirty, right? But then of course it will add more rotation to the beginning, so that now this is garbage indeed. So the only way, if I want to really use this, yeah, so here when I reset here, the rotation here is, yeah, at least we have this, the rotation is 0 to start with, so there is a gradual thing. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is actually interesting. but then I need also to this one, and this, you see, it cannot derotate by a lot. Same is the x-axis, so let's just copy it. So select constraint, copy rotation. But now maybe this is the inverse, and let's reduce this. Yeah, you see it's very poor, sort of, we get bad shape on there, so it's not so good. And if we reinforce, we just don't have enough strength there. Maybe with 2 we have, so maximize this and have another one at 0.5 or 0.6. Yeah, so super dirty. And here but see, it prevents this sort of, I think, have to check. No, it is not sufficient to prevent, see, the clipping there. So the idea would be maybe to let's see, yeah, even more than, and that is already twice. So we can expand this rotation with the, and then we have this problem, right, this clipping, which is another thing. So maybe I can also, why not, I don't know, here apparently the negative, this Z here, not enough. All right, so this is very hard to derotate, and it's really a, so this is the case of really the, I could change the, I could do this with some sort of, best way I think would be the analytic way of the transformation bound constraint. And so I leave this. Welcome, cousins. Boy, how are you doing? Come by. So thanks for being around. Yes, so got some progress here in the mouth shapes. So I have here the solve this O shape here in relation to the, in combination with the anatomic lips, which I have retaken, right? And so there's the purse, there's the tall, there is the wide, there is the O, and there would be, besides the delta, but I'm not gonna do this in live stream. I think I'll do focus on something else. And the happy is, have to retake that too, and the sad, but, and the deltas, but I'm not gonna do this online, I think. So I'm focusing on other aspects now of the thing, on the control rig main and some other features. So yeah, so this, I'm trying to find a better solution for this. So yes, this probably, I have to pull this back. let's make them select. Okay, they don't have the boolean, not using the technique again. And we got... Alright, so the idea to solve that would be to pull it back and rotate more. So basically it will rely on the moving on the y-axis of this bone. So I've done it already and I was not very satisfied, but I think after I've tried the action ball constraint it was so frustrating without add-ons, right? That just no, let's just do the analytical way. It's hard work. It can be very harsh, but if we don't complicate too much, it can be a piece of cake. So basically, the transformation bone constraint comes before the shrink wrap. Also, I could perhaps augment the... Yeah, for this one, maybe get the... Oh yeah, this can also... For this, the case of this bone, why not? This might help, but let's reset and check. Oh yeah, this bone is very far. It's very far. Ah, so it's not really important. And because it is a bit central to the arcades, now that I've retaken the arcades, right? Let's hide this. Yeah, because they are sort of central to the arcades. Like this shrink wrap distance, like even if it's in the middle, the bone, it sort of protects sphere of influence around from clipping. So this is it's not clean because, but it's better now because I'm using subdivision surface modifier. Maybe I should even apply it, but no, this is for now, let's leave it like that. So by now this combination of features allows the because this bone, differently from these ones, don't need to be don't need to be pushed forward too much, right? They are behind, right? They are for the molars, so its shrink wrapping distance can be much larger. So this one is for another feature, is for like if I make the Y wide, it will also automate the arcades. So, but this can be annoying. Say it's not super automated. Sorry, wrong one. Yeah, this is apparently it's a bit wrong, and I don't like this thing here, so it doesn't seem to be responding very well. Yeah, so very bizarre here. I don't know what's going on. Hey, pause space, but then this is now this is a mess. Yeah, so no. So this is a bad bone constraint. I think I don't like to use this. So annoying. So I don't have the automation of the arcades here, but maybe I can figure out a way to do this differently. This is a shape key, right? Yeah, if I can make some bones depend on this one. So the arcades, Yeah, so for now let's just leave like that. So I don't have the automation of the arcades, but I can still pose them manually, which is not optimal. I've just found another idea. I could try to drive itself. Yeah, this is possible with driver. It's a bit bizarre, but like as it goes to the GZ, it rotates. Yeah, but driver is annoying, right? So no, let's not complicate stuff. So let's see here what I need to do. I have this automation. I need to symmetrize, right? Yes. So I didn't need to make this solution here because I just augmented the shrink wrapping feature. Good. And what about these ones? Maybe it's also, oh, this is the wrong. Is this even working? Yeah, this is working. All right. So there's a little tweak there that works. They work in sync, okay, and maybe here we just don't need all that. Yeah, I better be safe, right? So let's give it 0.8. So we're gonna symmetrize this. And now here, let's also reset this just in case. Let's check the bone constraints. Okay, so there's just a copy rotation. That's fine. Oh, it's also in the wrong. First, the shrink wrap, it's always after. And shrink wrap there inside, alright. Yeah, so what I want to test here is just to see if this so 0.3 maybe, no, 0.02. Alright, let's try 0.03, yeah. So they'll have different values. This one is 0.06, right? Now we got this one, so let's copy this just in case. This is getting affected. Okay, so you can't. Yeah, so let's give this value. Reset. Let's reset these things. Reset these things. So here, copy transforms. Okay, nothing happens. So this is the automator, which is not working totally, right? It needs to be stronger. There we go. Maybe we need to visualize, right? Good. So we see okay, so let's try to get it up to there. This value is, yeah, this is okay. But now the rotation, so we're gonna just copy this, copy selected constraint, copy rotation. So now this goes here before the shrink wrap, and it will it needs to derotate the bone a little, so that is good. Maybe it's more than we need here, so yeah, so this is a bit different than the upper one. So this just here we have problem clipping on both directions. Yeah, so there we got a problem. Maybe this is too strong, the copy transform, so let's reduce this. Yeah, it's going too far. This is very dangerous. Yeah, so this is, the stretching is too much, right? Maybe I don't think I can control this very well, the volume variation here. Yeah, so here I probably need to how is this growing? Ah, I see, it's a lot, right? It doesn't need to go that far, so this is, strangely, this is just sufficient. No, the arcade is up there, it's just intersecting the melting tier, so it's a fake. Okay, about here, or should be here, right, to be more anatomically accurate, but then this will cause some trouble, as we have seen, if it goes that far. But okay, this seems to be fair. Then no, just that these bones don't seem to be, what did it, I forgot to move it, folks. So this, of course, that's why this is awkward. Let's get this stuff here on the axle. Just gonna place it somewhere like here, I guess. Let's hide the upper arcade and check this out. No, check this out. So use medium point here. So I pick these joints here and let's try to get centralized here, closer to here, so we can prevent some intersections on all directions, right? Yeah, something like that. Also, let's make this thing here, and same here. We're going to get this and this, and let's get this, move this like that, and maybe here. Also move this down a little. Doesn't need to be exactly the center here, it's just some approximation. Yeah, so that looks good, and then maybe here more centralized here. Slightly more to the top here. Snap. Okay, it is snapped, and rotate here, and now let's check. Also reset this. Do we need to fix this one? Maybe, yeah, we can make some tiny adjustments here also. Let's hide this. Alright, this. Move this like here. line about here, rotate here, and just bring these ones about a little more here. That seems okay. Then pose mode, reset, and then hide everything. Maybe now I'll have some problem with the have to retake some of the shrink wrap bone constraints, but this is not so hard to check. So collection, let's check here. If I turn off the shrink wrap, nothing happens, so this suggests that they are in place. Let's get the other mount thing here. Yeah, what is this? Anyways, this seems to be working. Just that these rotations don't seem to be working sufficiently for the bottom arcade, so yeah, maybe we want a little more. So yeah, you see some clipping can happen there, so I need to do a little more. Okay. Alright, then yeah, the things can get a bit awkward, but we are in principle this is so exaggerated, don't need to be doing that. But this is a bit odd, right? It's not the kind of behavior we might want. So, but there's not something about the copy rotation, I think. Yeah, maybe I need this one that will improve a little the yeah, so okay, this seems good, seems reliable. Then for this one, with Z without Z, inverted Z, right? So yeah, we want inverted Z as well. Then maybe duplicate this one and reduce the... Now I know one is enough. That seems to be working. Maybe this is a bit too strong here. Okay, this seems to be reliable. Good results. So here just the last remaining thing for besides symmetrization would be to have this copy rotation here. To be... Yeah, so this is just a slight adjustment. Yeah, it helps just a little, and so just copy that, copy rotation, so back here we don't want this dump at track, so copy rotation, So this can be a little odd. Let's check here from below. Some curvature like that. And Z we don't care, yeah, not for these ones here. Yeah, good curvature, that's enough. And so here, from this we just need to go back to the arcades and bottom arcades, top arcades, all these symmetrize, and that should have automated most of these arcades. I think now I got a reliable setup. I didn't need to use the transformation bound constraint. So one of the tricks that I've made was to reposition these. Not trivial, not sufficient, but of course augment the shrink wrap bound constraint for this as they start behind the mesh anyway, so they probably don't need to contact this too much, so they will contact other mesh and they can have higher values of the shrink wrap, like, and so this can help. Well, the bottom arcade shouldn't be here anyways, but this one has 0.6, so maybe I could augment this, but you say this is sort of already protecting. Yeah, let's augment this to equivalent, symmetrize. I wasn't able to do that because on pose mode these bones are completely badly positioned. So you see, nothing is changing. That means that the shrink wrap is clean. It's like it's not interfering in the pose, rest pose. The bone starts already far enough from the target of the shrink wrap bone constraint, even from this distance. If we augment this distance, then it starts to affect the rest pose of these arcade bones. And so this can be tricky to set up because the distance, I've been calculating the distance, 0.03 here. I don't know by heart, so it's annoying. This is a giga world thing. But we're starting to have interesting deforms nonetheless, and arcades finally got this thing. Oops, got this thing a little better. And yeah, we are making big progress today by mixing certain setups, certain different things, not just focusing on the shape keys. So I think I made a lot of progress today, and I was sort of nearly depressed, but after finding these these ideas for the shrink wrap feature, right? Shrink wrap bone constraint project, then suddenly many things started to work a little better everywhere, and by retaking the rest, the arcades also, this makes it's much better, right? Oh yeah, so here I think that's at least some inspiration to share, folks. So here I think we have some strange deforms on the lower arcade, or is it because of some, yeah, it's because of how I've posed this bone, right? So it seems to be a bit risky the way it deforms, so might be something to do with the rotation of the if this bone here, this handle is rotating in a certain way, we'll see. Yeah, if it has this rotation up, the arcade tilts up, so this could be because we have some, yeah, so this Z is a bit dangerous. it's subtle, right? But it can be negative to the model, to the character. No, actually this is helping. So maybe it's this one. Let's see. Yeah, no, then this doesn't help sufficient, but maybe it can, yeah, just a little here. All right, and okay, so this doesn't solve too much, but it sort of helped slightly more. And let's avoid the madness there. But if I try to get a O-shaped mouth, yeah, so it combines a bit strange way, but it's making sense. Like, it's not disrupting the mesh except for this intersection there, but this we can just pull this back. We can also scale the arcade from here. But it is not this can be a bit dangerous. Yes, reset scale, reset rotation, and we can, if we want, we can also pause here. See, the bendy bone doesn't have ways to control, so this is a problem. So this is why you need to be careful this solution, but at least the mesh deforms like in sync of the teeth, so it's at least it's here. We should, yeah, so this will be a random, quite random expression, so I don't really care what happens. It seems that we got enough setup here working. So folks, I think that for let's make sure I symmetrize this properly. On edit mode, just symmetrize, right? Reset. Let's get some, let's check here what we've, yeah, I think that I didn't check, I can't check anything from checklist here. This is not the point. So what I'm gonna do, just re-enable those things, and these arcades should usually don't appear. They are more like helper arcade bones, tweak arcades just for so there are some there are a lot of things to be addressed yet, but I'll try to do the shape keys on my own. So for now, I think what is cool is that we can have some, I believe I'm able to shape a lot of cartoony face expressions, mouth expressions, right, with the current state that would be looking very nice, or at least sufficiently appealing. And probably I would like to retake some waves here. So there's a lot of things, right, that we could achieve already from this setup. I've learned from an animator and a teacher that yeah, I was checking, so you can also use the scale of the bones to improve the posing sometimes, and I found very odd, but it seems if that works, okay, we cannot say that it's easy. Sometimes you don't really get what we want, but you see, it can help a lot. this is a, yeah, this is a bone from this part of the lips, middle bottom left lips. Yeah, just don't overdo, right? Because we don't know what, if we have to reset, if we don't know what we are doing, then can be. So yeah, so this rotation, no, this is not good to do a lot, because this is skinning algorithm, right? So this is disruptive. Just a little is okay. We could do this with more if we have a system for that, but that is, I don't intend to have that. That'll be more experimental. I think some maybe fan bones that'll not be very good, I think. So the best idea for that will be just a shape key, right? Corrective, more for the how to say, kiss shape that is predicted already. So this is a very typical to have. And so you start to be able to, how to say, gather the fruits of all that work, right? Finally, so with more experience on this kind of setup, we could. Oh, this is an interesting mouth shape, not accidentally made here. Why I can't reset this? Oh, because of course it is, this bone is the one to be reset, or maybe this one even. So yeah, they are all parent one to the other. So this is the lips, this is the lips and bottom arcade, so we just want the bottom arcade we have here. I'm not in the stage to check the cartoon expressions yet. This is, I want to do that later. I'm just checking what the rig can do and do without some very bad results, right? Maybe I pulled this too much, the bottom one, so anyways. Yeah, so at this point I think I have, with proper pose assets and some more improvements in the wave painting, and of course completing the shape keys, and maybe preventing these arcade things to get so much sometimes, right? Because I've pulled them on purpose. We can probably get a much more interesting result, but for now I think this is working. We can work with that. Yeah, so my fear is that the things were getting so broken lately that that's very discouraging. But I don't know what happened, just started to work a little more and then started to be fine again. So alright folks, so I think for today this is what we've got, and thanks for watching. Thanks cousins for being around, and so tomorrow we'll be back. Tomorrow it's a holiday in my place here in Brazil, but I think I intend to continue this, and we'll address other things, maybe if I can, other things than the mouth rig. We'll see which kind of progress I'll be able to make, because my list has grown a little in sort of small details. But the good news is that yeah, I'm not gonna bother you anymore with shape keys. I'll do this on my offline, and I think just I'll be ready to get into some serious cloth rigging, some rest of the face that needs some retakes and all that. So the body, a few more improved body waves everywhere, body wave paint, basic stuff, and some more improvement on the fingers. And yeah, but I'm already doing a lot of those things. Yeah, so this is a mess right now. Helper bones. Then what I will be big topic. Maybe next week. The hips thigh, just thigh setup, which is usually a very complex subject to get good. But now I think I have the solution for that. And yes, that's it. And after possesses, but before reach there, of course, for the mount rig, I think I'll be doing the pose assets for the mount, because we want to see how far we have gone with the universal sunny mount rig setup, mixed up with our own with other mount rig ideas for inside Blender. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Take care and happy blending. Hope you can learn something from this, or get some inspiration, some ideas. So take care, happy blending. See ya any other day. Tomorrow I'll be on, and about this time too. Have a nice weekend or holiday or whatever. Enjoy, folks. Thanks for watching.